What is good, y'all? In this video, I'm gonna speak about some of my dreams that I had. Um, so I think I might have told y'all this dream before, but I'm gonna just tell y'all again, and I'll tell y'all a dream or a few dreams like 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago. I had some more dreams that I've not told y'all for sure. Um, so in the dream, I was in South Texas. Um, I don't know if there was any other parts of the dream, but I'm gonna just explain what I could think of right now. So in the dream, I was in South Texas, and I was in a helicopter. Like I was piloting a helicopter. I was flying a helicopter, and I was in South Texas, right? And I could see all the ground. I wasn't that high up. I was probably um I don't even know, but I mean I was a decent way up there. You feel me? Um, I don't know how high that would be. Maybe 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 like 1/8 of a mile, 1/8 of a mile. So a decent, I was, no. I think more than that. Maybe if a mile is like 5,182 feet, I don't think it is. A mile is something like that, right? Around 5,000 feet. A football field is 360. So maybe like 3 football fields into the sky, but that doesn't even matter, right? But in the dream, I was looking at the ground level, looking at all the buildings, looking at everything. Um, and I was on the walkie-talkie or the radio. I radioed into my people like, oh, the north side and the south side is clear, which I don't know what that means. Maybe that's gonna mean something in the future to me. The north side and the south side are clear. Who knows? Um, and then I looked on the ground from the helicopter, and I saw a group of men, like overweight, probably work in the oil field somewhere. They leave their family to go and get more money somewhere else. Feel me? Like overweight dudes, probably mid 30s. Um, like big beer bellies. Um, so I saw a group of those type of people. Like they wear football jerseys, like they support the Dallas Cowboys, and football jersey, mid mid-aged men, middle-aged men, and they were running down the street like zombies. That's the best way I could describe it. They were running down the street like zombies. And then I switched from a different view. I was in the sky. I looked at a group of men, a group of zombies, I'm going to call them, running down the street, because that's what people are going to end up doing. Once it gets bad like that, people are going to be cannibals. They're going to be crazy, running everywhere, just looking for people to kill, eat, rape, torture, do horrible things to. So, I had a different view. I was in the sky, flying the helicopter, then boom, feel me? Like I transitioned and I was on my little motorbike. I don't have it over here. I have it in the garage. But I have like a little motorcycle, like a little one, you feel me, with the fat tires, a 200 something, like a 200 cc, something like that, you feel me? With the yeah. So I was just riding that. And I think I was warning people. About what was happening. Then I stopped in front of this house. I stopped at a house and I was talking to this lady. She looked she looked like a white lady, but I know it's a lot of Mexicans that kind of look white. They look white, but they're Mexican. A lot of the time you could tell the difference. So I don't know what she was, but in South Texas, it's basically all Mexicans. It's all Mexican. It's not really white. It's no black. It's like the most Mexican place in the United States. Literally, I think it is. Um, so I was talking to this lady. Her house was on a street where right in front of her house it was woods. It was like a tree line. It was just trees in front of her house, which that has always stood out to me. The fact that the house was situated there. I don't know why, but it always stood out to me. Like her house, um, she looked rich. She looked like she was dressed all nice. She had like a brand new Escalade Cadillac out front. And I was just talking to her, right? She was dressed nice. Her house, it had the woods right in front of her. She had It was just her street then like a whole tree line, feel me? Which that's the thing about South Texas. That's very specific because it's not a lot of that over there. So have trees in South Texas, it's not that many trees out there, you feel me? Especially like woods. Like y'all can see that out there, some trees over here. So I started talking to her and I told her, like, yeah, you got to get out of the city. You have to go to a rancho. If you have family that has a rancho, a farm, get out of the city and go there. And she was like, yeah, I got a cousin or I got a brother who owns uh, land or something. I was just telling her, get out of the city. And then I was just sitting on my motorcycle, my little mini bike. And our car started pulling up. I think it was like I think it was all black. It was all black. It was like a 2010 something around there. 2010 Tahoe, 2012, 2008 Tahoe, something like that. And the car started pulling up, and the windows were all down. Which what that means is if the windows are down, it could be people in there that could shoot. People are able to shoot with the windows up, but if they have a pistol especially, you might not get hit. You probably won't get hit. Plus, if they shoot inside of a car, they're gonna have concussion. They're gonna have concussions. It's gonna be like a flashbang to them. Shooting inside of a car, unless you have ear protection, is a very stupid thing. You could get ear damage, hearing damage, things like that. But the windows were all down and the car started driving up, right? And I was just waiting there. I was just waiting there at the house. And the car started pulling up slowly, all black Tahoe. Um, the windows all down, so I grabbed my gun. I grabbed my pistol. For me, I grabbed my pistol. I was just looking at the car, looking inside the windows, and I did not see anybody. So, um, that dream always stood out. That dream always stood out. Um, so maybe that's what I'm gonna end up doing. For me, I'm gonna end up going warning people. Once it gets bad, I'm gonna go on my little mini bike. Feel me, with my Glock, just my pistol. You feel me, just warning people, telling people what's happening. Will I help people? Am I gonna be able to help them to survive? I might just do that too. I might just do that. I don't know. It's up to God, not me. You know. And I'm not gonna be staying at my house either. It's gonna be one of my relatives' houses because they have land, they have water. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. We're gonna have a lot of cows. We're gonna have a lot of cows. It's not good to give away your information, but you feel me? Um, y'all might just, I might as well just tell y'all, see what's up, right? So, um, a few nights ago as well, I had more dreams. I had more dreams. Um, I started off. I was in Michigan, here in Michigan. I was in the ghetto, in the hood, in Grand Rapids, Michigan, here close to where I live. I was in the ghetto with my cousin, right, and we were just walking down the street at night. I don't really do that type of stuff. I used to. I don't do that anymore. I'm not that stupid. So just walk down the street at night in the ghetto for no reason. I don't think we were just walking. Um, so We were just doing that, right? And we had a couple pistols on us. We had a few guns on us. Which what does that mean? I don't know. Maybe that means I gotta start carrying my pistol once it gets bad. Which it was not really. I don't think it was a tribulation in the dream. What I think the dream is, I started off in Grand Rapids, right? I started off here in Michigan. Y'all could tell by the snow, right? I started off here in Michigan, and then by the end of the dream, I was in Texas and I was farming. I was in South Texas because that's where I plan on surviving, God willing. I was in South Texas, and I was yeah. So I was walking in the hood, right, with my cousin. Then I saw like a vision. I had a vision, like in the dream, you get like a camera angle, like a view of a dream, and I started looking at these people, and they were in an apartment building, and I saw two police officers, a female and a male police officer, and I saw a husband and a wife, just civilians, white people. Then I saw one black dude, and he was at the top of the stairs just talking to him. He was dressed up all African. From he was an African dude, not just a black dude, but like African dude, right? Dressed up African. He looked like a witch to me. Feel me? Something like he does witchcraft. Feel me? Like Haitian voodoo or something. I don't know. Um, but they were just talking, right? Then the black dude, he walked up the stairs. He walked away, and then the male police officer, he went to the bottom stairs, and I could see him at the bottom floor, right? The staircase, you could see um all the way down to the floor. From the top, you could, it's like a square where you could just see the spiral of the stairs. And I was not that high up. I was on maybe the third floor, I believe. Yup. And the dude, the police officer, he was like, "Oh, they're banging. Should we let them in or something like that?" And then a group of men just broke in and they started shooting. All I saw was a police officer, the male police officer. He just got shot up. He started to shoot at those people, but it was a group of delinquents, a group of criminals, thugs, whatever you want to call them. They just broke into the house or the apartment, whatever it was, a building. Just a lot of guns, man. All I heard was like, just all gunshots. Uh, it didn't sound like, not at all. But I heard just a whole bunch of gunshots, bro. Just a whole barrage. If that's the correct word, if that word makes sense in this sentence, I heard a barrage of gunfire. And then the female police officer, she went down there too, and she picked up like a huge revolver, bro, like a Smith and Wesson 500 revolver. Then she started shooting. She didn't even have the time to shoot. She was just fumbling the gun, and she was gonna shoot at the criminals. She didn't have the time. They just shot her right there. Then I had a different view. I saw myself. I was in a huge, I forgot what it's called, but those a concubine, not concubine. To do when you're doing soil, you feel me? Like this is a field right here, where you cut grass or whatever. I think it's a concubine, something like that. Y'all should know what I'm talking about if you know about it. So, um, those huge machines with the thing up front, a hole, to cut down corn or maybe uh, grass or alfalfa, for cows. And I saw myself. I was in one of those, and I was riding it in like a huge patch. I was in a huge patch of corn, and I was cutting it down in the concubine. And I just saw myself from a sky view. I was just looking at myself go around the little, it was like a big square, maybe like an acre of land or two acres maybe, somewhere between there. And underneath the corn, it was like very good soil. It was grass, very healthy, green grass. Um, After I cut down the corn, I could just see grass, beautiful, like long and silky, beautiful, deep green. And I don't know what that means, but all the land, was all the land was barren. It was like like desert, cause in South Texas, that's where I was in the concubine, cutting down the corn, which in South Texas you can't really grow corn like that. You feel me? The land is not really good for that. So I was just cutting down the stuff. What I think that means in the dream is whatever I plant is going to grow. God is going to bless me. So once I'm surviving, if I plant something, it's going to prosper. Everything that I plant, if I put tomatoes, they're going to grow. Even if I don't, water them, which down there, you pretty much have to water it, right? But what that means to me is whatever I grow, whatever I plant, whatever, I want to do will prosper because God has chosen me to survive the apocalypse, to be like Noah, not like Noah, but something like Noah, right? To survive it. Then once I survive it, for me, I'm gonna have to have like 30 kids, you know. I'm gonna have to reproduce, you feel me, be something like Noah. Maybe not 30 kids. I don't know about that. But something like that, right? After I survive it. Cause let's say if the apocalypse started this year, 2022, if the 7 year tribulation started, I would probably be I'm not even gonna tell y'all actually. I gotta watch what I say. But I wouldn't be too old after the apocalypse, which after the apocalypse is the millennium, right? The millennium, the 1,000 years of peace, where everyone is just gonna be peaceful. It's gonna be no crime. It's gonna be nothing bad. But after that, in the dream, I started off walking in the ghetto with my cousin. Then I got out to Texas. And I was in the concubine, I believe. And I saw two zombies. Two zombies. These two zombies, they started chasing me. And I got inside of the concubine. But it was like all bars, it was like a big machine. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was a concubine, but I was just, in this one machine with like all bars, going, all over the place, like a big, um, I don't even, maybe like like a watchtower, like an antenna, all metal, just, um, if you could kind of picture what I'm saying. So the two zombies, they started chasing me, and they were climbing the bars, and I was already inside of a seat, inside of the machine, whatever it was. And I had these two metal rods. I put one inside of the zombie's mouth, and the weaker one, I put it into his mouth, and it couldn't bite no more. I just put it down his throat or whatever, hit it in, just a metal rod, so it could not bite. And I try to do it to the stronger one, but it it bent the metal. I tried to put the metal rod into its mouth so it couldn't bite, but it bent the metal. I tried to hit it in so it wouldn't be able to bite, but the metal bent inside of its mouth. Then it just froze. It was just looking into the sky, and it froze. Which yeah. So in this video, I just want to tell y'all to go in the rapture. Do not get left behind. It's not gonna be worth it. It's gonna be such bad time. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Do not get left behind. Do not try to survive the tribulation. Do not follow me. God has put very specific circumstances into my life where I do have a chance at surviving. Very specifically. Very specifically. But I would not suggest anyone else tries to do it, especially if you live in the United States, because I believe the United States will be destroyed completely. Revelation 18, everything from East Coast to West Coast. There's not even going to be a candle that shines into the United States ever again. So if you're in Kentucky, I don't think you have a chance at surviving. unless you have a plan to leave the United States. You know, it's gonna be an angel that does warn us. But I'm gonna be right on the border. I'm gonna be on South Texas, you know, not too far from the border, which that also shows why I believe God chose me to survive. You know, I'm gonna have cows, I'm gonna have land, chickens, God willing. Even oranges, which that's very good nutrients. You know, you could use orange peels to even wipe your butt if you need to. You know, smell good too. You feel me? You know, in the apocalypse, maybe like clean yourself. Just get some orange peels. Just wipe all over your body. You know, let the citrus acid. Maybe that's a good way to clean yourself. Um, make soap. I could probably make soap out of orange peels somehow. I figure how I'm gonna have to search up how to do that. Um, you know, or probably not use orange peels to just wipe your butt, because I think a better option would just be feed them to the cows. I'm also have dogs. I'm gonna have a lot of dogs, I believe, which I plan on feeding them by killing wild pigs. I'm gonna just have to have a hunter in my group that is just very strong in their faith, that follows Jesus, strongly, that is able to pray for pigs to show up, and then pigs show up. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. But till next time, God bless y'all. I'm on.